music, and you hear Finley just strunk and like stops mid chord, and
I have more than 10 times your amount.
Shit.
Yep.
This is the epitome of handling an animal. You're free falling.
And she turns around and just like pulls the arrow and just like shoots it, and she goes to try to go right beneath one of the wings.
Okay.
One of the wings and try to glide it into the ground.
Yes.
Okay, so the manticore.
Hello there, everyone's favourite halfling bard, Finley Shenanigan here. Being the soulful adventurer that I am, and known for telling a tale or two, pull up a stool, grab a pint, as I tell you a story about my favourite hero, me. In my years of travelling, I met people of all walks and cultures. Although the horsemen coming didn't affect me directly, I saw the toll they left behind. The destruction and devastation these villainous beings left in their wake sparked something within me. How was I, Finley Shenanigan, to become the greatest, most legendary bard that Kandori had ever seen, if no one was around to behold my glory? More importantly, where is Alundra? When will she be back? And what will she be wearing? Hopefully something revealing. Anywho, setting on my journey, I shared my glamour with those who had never witnessed such pure, unadulterated excellence before. My legacy was to replace their despair and unite the people for the war yet to come. In the end of the day, everyone could be a hero. Everyone has a little adventure inside of them, and if you don't, would you like one?
Ah, salutations. I am Rin Anoran, historian of Candoria, renowned problem solver, an elf of esteemed conscience. When I became of age, I set out as a Rena and departed from my home of Othalos to the city of Egoras to study the arcane arts. With some difficulties, I was able to teach myself while working as a scribe in the library of Alashar. There, I produced a masterpiece of Candoria's history and its secrets, my manifesto, the true record of our world. However, even my aspirations dwindled when Alundra's guidance vanished, followed by the devastation from the horseman's wake. Despite all the wounds we have suffered, I shall never let our existence be forgotten, for I believe our best hope lies with our knowledge and story made eternal.
My name is Kurt Glaskin, and I have lost everything that I've loved in this world. My daughters, my wife, my friends, all of them dead to the horsemen. And now I have a chance to redeem myself, to protect my friends, to lead humanity into a new age of light and hope. Alundra abandoned us, the goddesses abandoned us, and left us with these monsters. And I want to take everything from them that they've taken from us. I live in a world of blood and hatred and violence, and so I will become that violence. I will be that hatred, and I will be exactly what we need. A sword against the darkness.
My name is Urgra Dropper, and I am a dependable ambassador. I was the only half-breed in my mother's tribe of orcs where the threat of being eaten constantly hung over my head. And yet, those were some of the happiest times of my life compared to my time with the Revenant. I was 12 when I first picked up a bow and started hunting, and I quickly found that people make the most interesting prey, and often deserve an arrow in the head far more than most monsters. Magic and even the Three Sisters were always something weird and sinister to me. That is, until by chance I crossed paths with the High Priestess Alundra, who showed me that magic, like everything else, can be used for good or for evil. And that's what I'll keep on repeating to myself every time one of those stuck-up magical morons say something that makes me want to cut out their tongues.
The following program features adults using adult language. You have been warned.
actually talk or use the chat?
We're fucked.
All right, we are live. Welcome everybody to Horsemen of the Apocalypse. We got some
We're
good
good.
stuff.
We're good, except for. Let's just leave it like this.
Brian is Lilash. That's it.
Oh, that's an easy fix. Yeah, we have been having technical difficulties. Sorry, everybody.
Well, you can fix that because they don't have a green screen.
No, I can just move the nameplates. That's what we'll do.
Shred. I do not have Twitch up, so I do not see what's going on.
We're good to go.
So.
All right. Sorry about the delay. So we have 2 guests playing with us tonight. 2 of our devs have returned. They have been MIA for a while in the storyline, but because our adventurers have been working their way back to Candoria proper, we now get to bring in some NPCs for them to play. So let's do, we're running behind, so let's kind of do our introduction short. We'll go around the table, introduce ourselves. I'm DM Steelax. I will be running the game tonight, and around the table we have our 4 returning players and 2 guest players. Take it away, guys.
So I guess I'll probably go first because that's how we always do it.
Sure.
This is Kyle out of York, PA. Most of you, for the most part, if not already, should. You know the name. You know the deal. You know who I am. You know who I be. I play everyone's favorite Halfling Bard, Finley Shenanigan here, and we're gonna do PvP in the new year after the new campaign starts. Go there, boom, done.
Okay, my name is AJ. I'm here in sunny California, and I'll be playing Rin the Wizard in this party tonight, and excited to finally be in Candoria, the best place in the world. Yeah.
Allegedly.
I mean, we're in Candoria. I mean, come on.
Yeah, doesn't get any more proper than Candoria proper. All right, welcome, Andrew.
All right, I'm Dylan. I'm playing Kurtz. Adventure Sense sponsors. Check them out. Next.
Nice.
My name is Connor. I'm playing Urgra, the half-orc ranger.
Okay.
And I'll be doing a recap of it.
Okay. And we got our 2 guest players tonight.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Should probably recognize me as I've done a lot of NPC stuff in Session 0 thus far. I am Brian. I am one of the devs for Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I am primarily responsible for the Bane, and today I am playing one of the NPCs, Devis.
Devis. Awesome. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's it. That's all the important people. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'm Kayla. I'm Kayla. I'm coming back as everyone's least favorite NPC ever.
Yes.
And I'm super excited to be back. It's going to be so much fun. I've missed playing with these guys. And let's go.
All right.
Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Okay, so the announcements we're going through is last Session 0 game tonight. We have 2 weeks off for the holidays. January 8th is going to be the official hard launch of the campaign. It's going to be episode 1. So it's been a lot of work. We appreciate everybody that's been going through this journey with us, and finally it's paying off. We're going to start the actual storyline in just a few weeks. So let's jump into the recap, and then we'll start playing.
So, last time, the party had found itself underground in the village of Stone Giants, and the Stone Giant chief had refused to allow us to leave until we had proven ourselves individually to the tribe. And so we had left off with Kurtz in the middle of his task, basically a rock throwing competition, trying to throw boulders into ringed targets. And he came up with a bright idea to throw our halfling bard. And we had left off with Finley in midair. Due to some combined not so great rolls, Finley avoided hitting the wall, but did not hit the target, and doggy paddled his way back to shore.
Okay.
But eventually, Kurtz, on his second throw, was able to loft a rock and actually sink the target that was floating in the lake, and so he got a pass. And so that was the last of us who needed to prove ourselves. And after a little RP with the Stone Giant Chieftain, we were able to make our way out. We came upon a new cavern, one that its main feature was an air vent that was blasting up, and at the top of which we could see some daylight in quite some time. Through exploring the cavern, we found some remains of were essentially parachutes. However, the metal work was completely just rusted and unusable. So our wizard, surprisingly pulling out some very in-depth kiln knowledge,
Why are you so surprised?
summoned the kiln using his conjuration magic and reworked the metal, and we were able to make new framework for the parachutes. And using the parachutes, we're able to use the air vents to basically propel ourselves all the way up to the top of the mountain. There, we met with some lizard folk named Czar and Izzy, and through some conversation, haggling, bartering, we were able to not purchase but rent a gliding lizard mount for every member of the party. And the lizard folk Czar acted as our guide, and we were essentially gliding down through the sunset towards the capital, which was our eventual goal, Candoria proper, when out of nowhere we got attacked by a manticore. And so a battle ensued, and Kurtz had a seriously metal moment of just jumping on this manticore's back,
Leroy,
striking a killing blow, and then realizing it was a killing blow, and this manticore he was on was now plummeting to the earth. And so he tried to grab the wings and, flap a little. Wasn't going super well. Luckily, our wizard had one feather fall left in him, and he cast it on all of us, plus the now dead manticore. And so we were able to make it to the landing point, where apparently we're going to be greeted by some more lizard folk, and that's where we left off.
Perfect. Yeah, that manticore slay midair was one of my favorite moments thus far in the story. That was pretty great. All right, so feather falled. Manticore gently sets down. We at the end of the session we rolled some rolls, but we did need to, because I forgot about the feather fall. So you just touched down. Your lizards have come to the ground as well. You see Czar quickly get off his mount, and he runs up to Kurtz, and he kind of starts flicking his tongue, and you can just see he's just pumped, man. He's got javelins on his back. He's holding his shield in front of him, and he kneels down, and that was amazing.
Sort of breathing heavy, I'll just hold up a hand, pull out my stamp, get some of the blood and stamp onto the manticore's forehead. Kurtz was here. Like, wasn't it though?
And he kneels over, and he kind of puts his finger on the letters that you just wrote down, and it starts to kind of smudge the letters as he's smearing the blood, and he kind of looks at you like totally confused what this is.
No, it's don't worry about it. I'll make another one. I did fuck.
So
are you all right? You've got some punctures right here. They look pretty nasty.
Are you talking to Czar?
Czar, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
He does a once over, and he looks at himself and says, I live for this shit. And then he turns to just past you guys, and you see a almost a full circular formation of rocks up ahead, and that is kind of where the landing site is kind of gathered up, and you can see two makeshift canopy tents that look just like the ones that were up on the mountainside cliff, and underneath you can see some other lizard mounts that are up underneath them, and there is two lizard folks kind of tending to them, and so he kind of he instructs all of you guys to kind of check yourself, make sure everybody's good, kind of like waits for the thumbs up for everybody, and he will proceed to start taking them mounts to turn them in, but what do you guys want to do?
I don't know, kind of want a trophy.
Oh, from the manticore?
Yeah.
I thought you meant from the lizard folk.
I mean,
him too.
Where's my money?
So what do you want?
I don't know. What's worth it?
The tail would probably be the most valuable piece to the manticore.
I take it.
Okay. So you walk over with your extremely large Zweihander, and you just lop it off, and there isn't a lot of blood that spills out in the end. The end of it's kind of hardened, and it easily separates. You find a really good knuckle part to separate it from, and there's some spiked portions that come out, and after looking at it, you think this might actually make some kind of melee weapon if, you know, if it was tinkered with. The spikes on it are very, very hard. You don't know if it would be a long-lasting weapon, but the few blows you could get out of it might be pretty decent.
Kurtz will remember that.
Okay.
While we are traveling, Rin is going to look at the head a little bit, analyzing the face somewhat, and he is going to conjure another mini relief so he can put that on a paper on top and start doing a charcoal rub.
Oh, for your manifesto?
Okay. Yep, so he can just add a picture of something.
I'll just walk her like, do you want me to just cut the face off?
I don't need the face to be cut off.
But wouldn't that work better?
How would that work better?
Because it's the real thing.
just put it in between the pages of the book.
I can't.
It's like people in my village. We used to get like flowers and stamp them into books. Could you do that with the face?
The manifesto is pretty big, but I don't think it's big enough to seal a face.
Right. He's just trying to help you, Rin. I think just let him cut the face off, and then.
You could always do like put the face in to get the blood smear, and then close it, and then get the ink blot to see. You know, what do you see when you look at it?
Oh yes, I'm sure I'd love to analyze your psychological analysis of face smear test, Kurtz, but I think we'll avoid that for now.
So Czar heads over to the landing site with the other two lizard folk, and you see just very animated body language. She's kind of out of earshot, but you can kind of see with the charades that he's doing to the other lizard folks. He's like reenacting this epic fight scene of you guys falling through the air and you riding the manticore, and you just see the jaws of the other two lizard folk just drop, and then they turn over and they're like, ah, towards Kurtz.
Yep. That was me.
Just another Tuesday. Don't worry about it.
Fine. Another Tuesday.
So the other two lizard folk come up and they start assisting in grabbing the reins for the mounts, and they start to put them in the corral. And Czar makes his way back to you, and you can kind of see that adrenaline has kind of gone down, and he's regained his breath, and he turns to you guys, and he just thanks you for performing so bravely and for helping to save him. Says, you know, I thought I was a goner there for a bit with that manticore. I really appreciate you guys helping me out. When he had me wrapped up, I thought I was a goner.
Well, in fairness, it would have been a pretty cool way to go.
He kind of beats on his chest.
Right. I mean, there are worse ways than, you know, being grappled mid-air combat by a manticore and dropping to the ground thousands of feet below, or getting your head chopped. I mean, that's pretty cool at the end of the day.
How often do manticores roam the skies?
Oh, I mean, we've seen them occasionally, but usually they don't attack like that. And he turns over to Finley, and he's just kind of staring at your balalika, and you kind of get the impression that he's kind of blaming the bard of the group for playing such fantastic tunage, attracting this predator.
Right. I wanted to actually make mention of that myself. You know, next, just suggest maybe something you put on the pamphlet or brochure that even if it's just in like really small writing, just so you can see it's on there, some sort of disclaimer that you know, perhaps you could be attacked by manticores. Just right there, you know, right there on the trifold. Just you know, future reference. That's all I'm saying.
He kind of flicks his forked tongue out and touche, and kind of turns.
Rin makes a little note on the paper, going, "Attracted to music."
Epic music.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
How much farther to Candoria proper?
Where are we? You can see some of the one of the taller towers from the Revenant sticking up in the horizon, just barely. You guys are pretty close to it. Candoria proper.
What time is it?
Yeah, so it's nighttime. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, the sun was just cresting while you guys were landing. So by this point, there's almost no natural sunlight. but due to the aligning moons, they get to be very bright this time of year, and they give off a lot of natural light at night. It's not daylight light, but it's much more than, say, like our full moon would be.
Czar, how many hours does it take to get to Candoria proper from here?
Couple hours.
About 2?
Yeah, with a casual walk, yeah.
Well, all right. If we made a brisk pace of it, we could probably be there within an hour. Do you gents want to continue on?
Might as well.
I mean, we could, but unless I'm mistaken, the entire point of you going to Candoria proper was to try and get someone out of a prison. It probably will be closed at night, I would imagine.
Well,
I mean, maybe they have some sort of visiting hours. You know, maybe we could just go in and just give a little look-see, and you know, maybe say hi.
It also might be good to at least get what we can, the word around the town, see if anyone has mentioned anything.
Right.
It might also be nice to sleep in a bed.
I will second that entirely.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, onward then, I guess.
Okay.
What direction here? We're going that way.
So you, yeah, it's what is it, northeast from here. So there's a main trail that you can follow, and since you're closer to the capital, there are many, like, if you think of like in a tree analogy, there's the thick branches, roads, like the ones that are really well paved, very wide, and then there's the little twigs that branch out. But there's a lot of these connecting ones, so it's very obvious which path to take to get back to the capital, and you can see, one of the Revenant towers barely, sticking up in the distance. So there's no question of which direction to travel. You guys finish up the business end with Czar. He again thanks you for everything, and he kind of does like a warrior stance and just reassures you guys that that they and all their small business practices that they have all over Candoria, they offer the best customer service, and he kind of does this nonchalantly, like asking you guys to take a survey, but you kind of just wander off before you can do the little survey at the end for quality assurance.
I will turn back to him and go, I'll get that later if you want me to. You can mail it somewhere in Candoria, the Red Dragon Inn. If you go there, that's there.
All right. He takes little notes and he waves you guys off, and you can see him reach into a pouch and he starts to throw some feed at the lizards, and you guys turn and make your way off towards the capital.
Got a whole manticore to eat. Why is he wasting his food?
Do you guys want to leave the whole manticore there? Well, I don't.
Well, we got.
What the fuck am I gonna do?
Not carrying that.
I'm just checking.
At least a large creature.
That's not a dumb question, because Finley Shenanigans takes parts off of everything you guys see.
I mean, if he's gonna cut them up into tiny pieces and stick them into his little coin bag, maybe. I mean,
I was fucking around with my Chromebook there for a little bit. I was trying to think if I could take something really quick, but I mean, how hard would it be to take like a fucking like a claw, like even just not even a full fist, just like a little claw hook or a tooth or something?
Too easy, man.
Why don't we just take the head?
Too easy, yeah. You can take it.
I'll take one of each. Can I get a little claw and a little tooth action?
Sure, yeah.
Well, if we take the head, we can just dump that. Like, that's like, hey, look at us. We're the fucking big boys in town. Show us to your prison.
What? You think they'll be impressed with
the back. The boys are back in town.
I mean, yeah.
No.
Why?
That won't do anything.
All right, Kurtz, are you willing to carry this thing the entire way?
I shouldn't have asked. You guys were already.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go.
Yeah, my mistake. Yeah, I apologize. All right.
Urgra also takes a lock of hair from the manticore, and before we go, she's actually going to go. She's going to say, "Can you guys wait maybe 5 minutes?" And she's going to walk off into the woods really quick. And when she comes out, you see that her body is now entirely wrapped. Like there is no skin showing, and she now has her hood covered, and her scarf is wrapped around her face and even her forehead, so only her eyes are showing. And you see that she's applied some sort of charcoal around her eyes, so you can't even see that her skin is green. It is just pure black with blue eyes.
Okay.
You cannot tell that she is half orc.
Okay.
Are you wanted for something?
No, and I want to keep it that way.
Shit, that's a good question. Am I wanted for anything?
I don't know. Did you do anything recently? Well, yes, but I mean, besides that,
have you burned any villages lately, Kurtz?
Not that we know of.
You guys, I swear, I've never been there. That was so funny.
Ardra, are you cold, or I mean, you're all wrapped up there like a mummy or something. You're all tightened up. Are you cold? I mean, we have pelts. We have bear pelts and fucking wolf pelts, and I'll live through my bags. Are you all right?
I am perfectly fine. It's just that I find that a half-orc with revenant eyes is very distinctive. And so this just helps me keep just a little bit of anonymity.
Anonymity.
Yes, the anonymity.
What kind of home?
But
the anemone.
Perhaps you might need to invest in something more convincing later on. Something magical, perhaps? You do have magical blood in you.
Yes, but enchantment has never really been my thing. This works.
Well, you don't need enchantment. You need illusion. Illusion would be the magic to help.
Finley, let's go.
All right. Here we are. You're not carrying that head, Kurtz. Put it down.
You're not carrying the head. You're carrying me.
I like put it down and like kick it like a belittled child.
Okay.
Fine. You guys can talk about illusions and magic and racism on the road.
Oh yes, we're walking as we're talking.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I forgot to switch the map on for the landing site, but it doesn't matter because we're leaving anyway. All right, so I will drop this on Candoria, but there's no reason to really bring it up.
Oh my God, the tiniest of squares.
So we're instead of bringing it up on the screen, we'll just do description, but I'll have that there for your guys's viewing pleasure.
Okay.
So you guys are following the main path, and you notice that there's a lot of festive stuff being put up, and as you're getting closer and closer, you're just seeing random people, mostly humans, but you see some dwarfs, you see some tabaxi, you see other random races, and they're just kind of hanging up ornaments and putting up different lights and different things, and as you get closer and closer, you see that like it's exponentially getting more festive, and people hanging up lots of stuff. And when you get to the point where you can see the one of the main gates, that this is just adorned with tons of decorations, and there are a very large group of people all gathered in front of the door.
Yeah, the gates
it's almost like they knew that I was coming. I mean, we were coming.
No, the gates are open.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not like facing you. They're busy tending to stuff.
Oh, okay.
But it's just an unusually large group of people gathered.
They're all having a celebration for my return. That's so nice of them. I didn't ask for this, but I mean, it's certainly appreciated. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Are they looking at anything?
As you are trying to observe what they're doing, you see that they, it looks like they're all setting up some different distinctive carts, and some of them you're assuming maybe is to selling stuff. There's some of them might be food, some of them might be festival knickknacks and just random trinkets. You're assuming maybe because, tourism and people are traveling and stuff, this is, vendors.
Ah.
Glowy lights.
Okay, I'll just stop on. Hey, what's with all this?
So you see a shorter human male turn around, and he's got this really dirty apron on, and he kind of stinks of sweat and just hard work. And he turns to you, and he has some of these chunks of meat on a stick, and he's kind of stirring this pot of this slimy, greasy liquid. And he turns to you and he says, "What was that?"
What's with all the things and the celebration and the people?
Well, we're preparing for the annual lunar festival, of course.
Oh, is it Lunar Fest Day already? Oh.
Well, we're preparing for it. It's going to be very soon.
Oh. Thanks. Wait, are the inns all filled?
You know, I don't know. I live here, so I don't know. But you can definitely check with the Red Dragon inside.
Has anything?
Are you guys here for the festival?
Yes, partially.
Yes. Awesome.
Has any execution occurred recently? Anything of that nature?
An execution? And he kind of looks around, and kind of some other people doing some busy work caught that word, and they all kind of like stop what they're doing.
I just want to turn and glare at Ren, like, really?
It's a simple question. There's nothing wrong with it.
Just right in the middle of the town. Execution.
I'm sorry. My friends had a little too much to drink with the Lunar Festival and everything like that. You know, elves, they can't hold their liquor. We'll be on our way. Thank you very much for your help.
And he'll kind of raise up the little meat on a stick, and you'll see him kind of dip it in this trough, and he'll take a bite out of it, and you'll just see an intense taste reaction from him. But
hey, friend, before you head off there, I couldn't help but notice your apron is that looks pretty nice. But besides your apron, what, pray tell, would you be eating there? As my stomach growls a little halfling stomach growl.
He kind of goes through the spiel and explains all the different choices of meats, just some basic, you know, you can get pork, chicken, whatever. But his trademark thing for his stand is he claims that his sauce is the hottest in all of Candoria proper.
Challenge accepted. Okay, where exactly? And I'm like looking around, like, could you give me some sort of directional point for that?
Oh, it's right there in his pot right there in front of him.
No. Like, did you buy that from someone, or is that your own? Like,
he's the vendor, Vinley. He's selling it.
Yes.
Oh shit! You're the vendor. Why didn't you say so? I thought you were eating your own. You never get high on your own supply, man. I thought you were eating.
Yeah, and you can see him take another bite, and he just like this look on his face just hits.
I'll give him some bear meat. Like, here, for helping us out. You don't have bear, so there's that.
So you just
fuck it. Okay. I got like what 20 more pounds of it left.
Okay.
I don't know if that's in the best condition right now.
It's jerky. It'll stew.
Rub some dirt on
Hey,
it.
well,
You've not really been a connoisseur for cooking, have you?
Can I pray tell ask you how much one of those meat sticks?
Well, he.
How much for a meat stick in this part of town?
How much for a meat stick here on my trip back to Candoria proper here?
That's not one of my services I usually render, but you know, enough coinage I might. No, I was kidding. So he reaches behind and he pulls out a smaller stick. It's kind of like a sample one with one piece of meat, and he dips it around in this trough, and he hands it to you, and he says, "Samples are always free." And he holds it out, and you can just smell the potent pepper and just some other things you don't even know what it is, but just the sheer smell of it is almost making your mouth on fire.
Right, and this is the hot one you said. I can't. You maybe just like jump right in the deep end. You don't have anything. Maybe like, all right, fuck it.
Well, this is the batch I'm preparing right now. There will be several more as the festival starts.
Never turn down free food from a gentleman such as yourself, and I'll eat the fucking peppered meat.
Okay, so as you take a bite, before the meat even hits your tongue, your mouth just starts watering because of just the hot fumes, and you sink your teeth in, and like you're trying to will your body to bite it off, but as the spice hits your lips and your tongue, it's just like instant body regret.
Silver says he vomits.
Okay. Nope, that'll do. And I'm looking around. Is there like a fountain?
Yeah, there's a well. There's a well nearby.
Yeah. Finley Shenanigans will run head over heels to the well, and it's a fucking well. I gotta pull the bucket up.
Yeah.
Don't fall in.
Finley, what are you doing?
Yeah.
As soon as the bucket comes up, I just do one of these deals where it's just like
dump it all over your body. You'll see the vendor just cracking up.
Finley, Finley, you need cream. You need something that's more dairy based.
I've already had meat on a stick. I don't need any cream right now. Just and I'll dump the one.
I can make you some cream, Finley. You can dip your tongue in it. You'll be fine.
Second barrel.
He's like, give me 5 minutes, and goes off into the woods just like Urgra did.
It takes me like a second to conjure this. I could conjure up a little bowl of cream if you'd like it.
You know, you can see a herbalist for that.
Has the heat gone down after 2 buckets of water and no cream?
It is still intent. Like you're pretty fucked up. It's like really hot.
I will conjure a small bowl that has cream inside of it, and I'll just hold it out to Finley.
Oh, cream, you said. I thought I totally took that the wrong direction there. Okay.
Well, what other word could you hear besides cream?
Like a cat.
Oh, nimbly bimbly.
just dip it in there, Finley. Just hold it in there. It'll go away.
Swallow.
So after
I will hold my little halfling tongue in the cream.
Okay.
Push it around your teeth a little
so you
bit.
kind of nurse it for a bit, and you start to feel the heat going down. But there is going to be a residual effect that's just going to kind of keep you short of breath for a bit, but eventually it will die off.
Right. Did anyone else want one? I mean, that was just a sample. I was gonna buy one for everyone if everyone wanted a piece of that meat stick action.
No, I think I've learned well enough with your experiment.
Right.
So,
and I conjure a napkin to give him to pat his lips with as the cream disappears.
So as you're looking at the gate, you can see that it is much more reinforced than the last time you guys were in Candoria proper. And you look at there's a very large fortified wall that expands all around the border of the capital. The only place that there isn't this wall is along the coastline where there's all the docks and everything. And you can see patrolling guards up top, and you can see that there's actually mounted defense weapons wherever there is the spire portion, like the tower parts. And you can see that all the townsfolk that are preparing for the festival are all very busy minding this stuff, and everybody's kind of got a bit of like they're all in kind of a little bit of a hurry.
Would I know where I'm supposed to meet Devis? Did we set up a meeting point?
I don't. Oh, Devis is here.
Did we see him?
No, not you. I mean, like the person who's playing Devis. Did you guys set up a? Do you know of a?
Red Dragon Inn?
Yeah.
Where would you have told him to meet you, or is it just?
Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure when Urgra first introduced herself, she said, "Meet Devis in Candoria proper at Red Dragon Inn." If I'm not mistaken, we do have it recorded. I'm pretty sure, so we could always just go back to that.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll just go with that. That's fine.
Did you say that people are rushing about going to a specific something?
No, just they're all very doing busy work for the festival. Everyone is
right.
like very rushed in setting everything up.
Yes.
Right. I think perhaps procuring a room at the Red Dragon Inn might not be a bad idea. Hopefully there's one left with all these people talking about.
Well, I don't mind sharing a room as long as I get the bed.
Can't you just make a bed?
No, I can't conjure anything larger than a 3 foot by 3 foot cube.
I could sleep in that.
Just a 3 by 3 gelatinous cube. That's all I need, man.
I mean, if you sleep for an hour, Finley, it only lasts an hour.
No.
Just wake him up every hour and tell him to recast it. He doesn't sleep.
This is true. Right. You don't even really need to sleep there, Rin, do you?
Why do you need the bed? You don't sleep.
I would like to sit on something comfortable, thank you.
Oh, boo-hoo. We'll buy
Maybe
you a
perhaps like a 3 by 3 foot cube. You could just sit on that.
I could sit on it, but again, it only lasts for an hour, so in the middle of my meditation, I'd be flat on my ass on the ground, and I would not like that. Thank you very much.
While this is going on, can I just take a casual look at the new battlements and defenses, and given my background, what kind of situation are they preparing for? Is it like an invading army? Is it like monsters, orcs, horsemen?
It's all of the above. So traditionally, so you guys are now getting into Candoria proper. We haven't told you that much about it, so I'm gonna start trickling in some stuff for you. So the week of the Lunar Festival is the actual 1 week of the year where monster attacks are almost non-existent on the capital. It's the rest of the year that is always doing the turmoil. So there's a lot of unanswered questions, but some of the speculation is that the goddesses trapped in the moons, their presence is not able to get to the world very, very well because their power is so distant from the world now. But the theory is that when the lunar festival happens and there's the auroras everywhere, people are assuming that it's the one time a year that the goddess's protection can kind of get back to the world, and that kind of hinders the natural disasters and the monster attacks that happen. Now there are these attacks, but the places where people ritually observe and worship the goddesses tends to be the places that are under this protection. Now there are many skeptics because of the disappearance of the goddesses. It's been 20 years, so there's not as many faithful people. So those people will just say it's coincidences. So they also will say, well, it's because of the defenses that they have been ramping up over the 20 years. So it's unstated what the actual facts are, but whether it's coincidence or that is what it is, during the week is usually the safer time for the monster attacks.
All right. Well, first things first. We're here. We're in the city. We're here to find our friend Lilash, love of my life. We need to see if she's all right. We need to procure some rooms so we're not sleeping on the streets. To figure out what's going on. Yes.
Well, let's head to the Red Dragon Inn as you suggested.
Am I picking up better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And my gain was all the way down. Sorry. I was distracted. What was that?
The Red Dragon Inn.
Going to RDI.
Okay.
RDI.
So you guys have been there before during session 0, so you know right where it is and you can make your way to it. But on your way there, you notice that there are some of these metal poles and some red velvety type like ribbons tied from the two, and they go really far into the area, like this main central area that's at the center of the map. And you can see on your way there that there's this large metallic structure that's a couple of people are building in the center of this area next to the statue that's in the middle.
Grab another one. Hey, what's that?
So he will kind of refer you to the guy who's building it because he doesn't know. But when you approach that guy, he will explain that this is a measuring device, and he'll kind of orientate you. It's not like a telescope, but it's got these sets of lenses and like these prongs set up in different circles and moving parts that kind of move around. And he explains that this is it's a measuring device to kind of see when the eclipse is going to happen and seeing if it's lining up according to how it's lined up all the other years and stuff like that.
Huh. Can't you just use your eyes to see when it aligns?
He says that it's for like specific scientific measurements. It's not will it happen. It's just the the science part of it.
What science?
He'll kind of
4 hours to describe.
Yeah,
it's something beyond our comprehension.
Yeah, he's gonna very quickly get frustrated with your ignorance and just get back to work.
Does this have anything to do with the Revenant?
No, these are independent.
Who are you building this for?
It kind of turns to you and who are you? He asks.
Kurtz Glaskin.
Kurtz Glaskin. Nah, never heard of you, and he goes back to work.
Yeah. And I'll sort of tap him on the head with like the bloody end of the manticore tail. I was talking to you.
And the blood will kind of run down his face, and you'll just kind of see just terror come over his eyes, and you'll see 2 of the people who are working with him turn, and they start to run off.
Now, let's continue this conversation that we were so politely having. Who are you building this for?
Kurtz, you're a little bit forward. 1,000 apologies, and I quickly prestidigitation the blood off him.
Okay, so the blood dissipates off, but the fear is still there. He says, we work for a tinkerer in town. Please don't hurt me.
Who's the tinkerer?
It's Puck. Puck the tinkerer. Everybody knows Puck.
Hold on.
Hey, Puck!
Wait, Puck. Short guy, long beard, smokes out of a pipe.
And he falls to his knees and he says, please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job. Please.
calm down. Jesus Christ, you're embarrassing everyone here. I kind of just pick him up and put him back on his feet.
Okay.
Now, does the description I gave you match with the man you know?
Yeah, it's Puck. Everyone knows Puck.
Fantastic. Can you tell us where he is?
At the moment, I'm not sure. He might be in his shop. He might be around town. He's very busy this time of year.
Oh, yes, understandable. I'll give him a silver. Thank you for your time and walk off.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Kurt's what? Glaskin?
Kurt's Glaskin.
Oh, I'll remember the name now. Thanks. And he'll just wave and get back to work.
What street is Puck's shop on, sir?
He'll kind of point down an alleyway and says, just kind of follow this off.
Yeah. All right. Well, Finley's had his meat sticks. Kurtz has scared the shit out of someone. Ren, is there anything you want to do before we actually do something productive?
Everything I do is productive, Urgra, and I say Red Dragon Inn is the next destination.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Right.
so you guys turn around and you see the Red Dragon Inn sign that's hanging up, and it's got a fresh coat of paint, and you can hear lots of people inside. Many patrons, lots of people are in from out of town, and it's just busting with people. It's just completely full and loaded with people. You hear cheers and yells, and hear some clanging of dishes, and off in the back corner is the die-cast gambler, and you can see his table is just completely full of people, and everyone's just huddled around and screaming and cheers, and you see coins flying up.
Ah. Well, this is a familiar sight. Did you say
it's good to be back?
Did you say Devis was here, Urgra?
This is where we're supposed to meet. Can I look around for him anywhere?
Sure.
Yeah, do we see Devis?
Yeah, so there's the stairway that goes up to the top floor where all the rooms are, and so you look around on the main floor where the bar is and all the tables and everything, and you don't see him there. But as you make your way up the staircase, you do notice the familiar back of the head of Devis. You do see him standing up there at the top of the awning.
Hey, Devis!
That's you, Brian.
You see him? Where is he?
Yeah.
What? Hold on, Delilah. What?
Oi, Devis!
Oh, Devis!
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! And as he says this, you see him turn around and he's like starts running down the stairs. He's got a hedgehog in his hands. Oh my god!
Ah, that's a friend.
Is that a euphemism?
Urgra, Rin. Oh my gosh! It's been so long. You guys are okay.
Yes, we're alive.
Thankfully.
Look, see, look, Delilah, look, it's them. I knew Urgra would bring them back. This is Delilah, my hedgehog.
I lean into Urgra. Did he have that when you met him?
No, at that point it was some sort of skunk. Anyway.
Oh, I miss Louie.
He was a good skunk.
So we've upgraded from squirrels to hedgehogs, I see, Devis.
Upgraded? How dare you insult the squirrel community?
That's well, then aside the raid, I suppose.
That's creaturist.
Delilah, we have business to attend to. Can you go, get my stuff put together, and I'll be right upstairs, right? Thank you.
I'm impressed the hedgehog can climb the stairs.
I have a question. How does the hedgehog put your stuff together?
It's really easy. I don't have that much stuff.
It's science, Curtis. Jesus.
Yeah, it's...
As soon as they say that, I'll be like,
Well, don't forget, Curtis. I mean, Devis is rather small. He's only about 3 foot tall. The hedgehog's about maybe 1 foot, so it's not too different in size.
Kind of giant fucking hedgehogs are where you're from, dude.
Very talented, very intelligent hedgehog. Anyways, I'm so glad to see you guys. How have you been?
We're alive.
It's a tale and a half, I would say.
And sorry, Devis, you're looking. Yeah, there you
go. Where's Strongbraid?
Oh, right. Who wants to take that? Who wants to take that one up?
Finley, I think you, with your bardic and flair, probably have the best words
died.
for it. And there's Kurtz. What? And then there's Kurtz. Yeah.
The end. How was that? That was all right.
Oh.
I found them being attacked by their doubles, including a double of Strongbraid, but apparently the genuine one had already passed away when they were escaping the dungeon.
That's unfortunate. How did that happen?
A large fire elemental.
Right. A big, brutish lava beast came up from under and took our Tabaxian friend down into the lava depths, screaming in agonizing pain. Probably haunts my dreams.
He's Finley. He's right here. You can just talk to him now. I'll just point to an empty space.
Oh, all right. That will haunt my dreams.
As he takes a half step over the other direction.
Yeah, like kind of like just.
I'll just stop right. Go sit with Adam. I'll get to you guys in a minute. It's fine. We have business to attend to. With the small Lilash, you remember her? Yeah, we're still on that. No, get out of here.
Right. Actually, at the mention of Lilash, Devish, have you heard anything about Lilash? Is she all right? Have you heard anything in your time here?
Oh, Lilash, yeah. Oh, jeez. Timing is.
Well, that's not a good start, but go on.
Yeah, her trial begins tomorrow morning. Yeah, I haven't been able to see her or talk to her. The guards have been on high alert. They've been keeping an eye on her and anybody else that comes in and out of prison. I haven't been able to get any information on this.
Do you know where the trial's being held?
In the city hall.
Yes, the city hall right up the road there.
Did they actually confirm the charges? Did they say what she's accused of?
I can't be certain. Like I said, they've been keeping things really tight and really on the down low.
Which is really abnormal. Usually, public arrests, the information is usually very easy to obtain. And Devis, you've become close to the party, you've traveled with them, and you're interested in what's interesting to them, just mutual gain. And in all of your trying to figure out anything, it's been very peculiar.
Strange.
Strange. Very strange. Thank you. Words escape me.
Nobody speaks night.
Yeah, it's like the third mistake. It's very strange that you haven't been able to gather even just basic information.
Yeah, it's really weird. They're keeping this like on the down low. They don't want anybody to know anything about this.
Will the public even be allowed into the trial?
Yes.
I doubt it. I don't think they're going to allow anybody else other than who's necessary.
You were disagreeing a bit.
Could you show us where the city hall is?
Yes, of course.
It's gonna all be closed down right now, but you could take.
That's fine. I don't care if it's closed.
Okay.
But I can point you to it right now, and I can show you tomorrow morning. Hopefully they can let us in.
Yes, ideally. Could you, for a moment, I kind of just give it 1 second. I head to the barkeep just to make sure that we can get some rooms before we forget about that.
So he's extremely busy, and you can see the bar wench that you saw last time, but it seems like there's maybe 3 or 4 new hires. Just these bar wench like totally in over their heads. They're drowning in all this increased traffic. Didn't get the proper training, obviously. So he's been very distracted with trying to tell them what to do and serving all the customers, but eventually you get up there and able to ask him about the rooms. But man, this time of year, getting a room is next to impossible unless you are willing to pay out the nose to somebody, like someone's scabs. Maybe there might be, he'll tell you about, there's sometimes scabbers who will rent multiple rooms and then sell them at an astronomical markup.
And you tolerate this.
As long as our rooms are full.
It's such bad business. I would be happy to pay you extra instead of them. They're ripping you off entirely. You should get those rooms back right away, and I'll pay you half of what they're expecting, and you'll get double still.
And he's cleaning out a mug, and you can kind of just see him stop scrubbing, and he looks up to you. I may have a room or two.
Well, excellent. I just need 2.
Done. And he'll call a bar wench over, and he'll kind of whisper to her, and she starts going up the staircase and kind of like motions you if you want to follow her.
Yes. Come on, gentlemen and lady. I'm sorry, Urugra, of course.
I'll kind of look at the Manticore tail. Is there like a place to store this, like in a cold cellar?
For what?
My Manticore tail. I'll just be holding it awkwardly and talking to you. Like, can you store this in your cellar?
We do have a cellar. And he kind of like puts his hand out like it's an odd request.
Watch out for the sharp end. It might be poisonous.
Okay. So if you're willing to leave some coin with him, he is willing to hold this for you, but he's very...
How much coin does he want?
I don't know, just...
I'll give him like 10 copper. How's
sure,
that?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a silver.
Okay, I'll give him silver.
Well, 10 pieces feels more than 1.
Yeah.
They jingle in a bag. It makes you feel fancy.
Buy yourself something pretty.
Don't spend it all in one place.
But not something expensive.
10 copper, y'all. What?
Dollar bills.
Couple coins, y'all.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So you can see him kind of disappear off, and he'll store it for you.
All right. When we get up, are we all going into the room together here for a moment?
Probably.
All right.
So Devis, you do have a like a presidential suite that you have purchased, and it is it is all inclusive, like tons of. I mean, there's some cool shit in there. Lots of entertainment that you can part of the room package where you can have live dancers and stuff come up. You get like, even as busy as they are, there's like one wench in particular who is designated to drop anything she's doing whenever the VIP suite guest wants something. She'll just she's designated for that. So she's brought you, miscellaneous stuff throughout the day or whatever. You've been here for a few days, rocking out like a rock star.
It's mostly just forest animals, isn't it, that he requests?
Or wood chips, yeah.
Yes, I hope you're not utilizing the funds that you were owed us for delivering the golden fleece that you were supposed to give.
Oh, no,
that are supposed to be owed to me for delivering them to you now.
Oh, don't worry, I have those funds. This is a gift from a friend of mine.
So... Well, you have a very high-up friend. Who is he?
Oh, Ivan.
Ivan Christ?
You're friends with Ivan.
Oh, yeah. I'm very good friends with Ivan. We've known each other for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
You're friends with Ivan and you can't get Lilash out of prison?
They have to go through the trial and everything. Now, we can talk to him. I can probably get us in to talk with Ivan, and then you can try to get him out. I'm not that persuasive. Maybe better. But yeah.
It would have been good to know this ahead of time.
Nobody asked.
That's valid.
So when we go to these rooms, we have these 2 shit rooms, and Davis has his presidential suite. Which one are we walking into first? Like, which way are we going?
So there's several rows. There's one row, and there's
several doors.
Yeah, on the left and on the right, there's doors. Some of them are bigger, some are smaller. You guys get the really shitty ones on the very end. They're very, very small. There is a bed in each of them, but there's no bells and whistles with it. You guys just got 2 very run-of-the-mill rooms, and at the very, very end, it kind of wraps around the back end of the building. Up the second part is the suite that Devis was able to acquire.
How many beds are in my suite? Just curious.
Multiple.
Right. Do we go to his room first, or do we go to our shit rooms first? Which way are we going here?
You guys can go wherever you want, but if we want to talk for a bit, we can come to my room really quick. I can probably get us some wine.
All right. Then we should by default. Yeah, we should by default go to that room. Yeah. Let's see. How did you procure your room here? We barely got these ones by bribing the bar to keep down there.
Finley, he knows Ivan.
I've had this room for a while because of Ivan.
Well, no shit. Let's go see it.
Okay, now be careful. I do have some friends in here. They're a bunch of party animals, so let's go.
Oh my god.
So I feel like that's a literal statement, isn't it?
Right.
You guys make your way, and there's this basic door. Some of them get, a little bit nicer as you're working your way, but you get to the very end, and you notice this huge door in the middle, but it's one of those, like, fancy hotels that we see modern, like, that spin. It's like you walk in one side, and it kind of, like, rotates you in.
I will definitely walk in and come back around and then walk in again. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to do that. Whee! Okay, here we go.
I'm going right in.
Okay. So as you guys make your way in, you look over, and there is a really nice bed with expensive bedding and big fluffy pillows, and you just see a huge gaggle of little woodland creatures that are just piled up on this bed. You can see they brought like sticks and twigs and pine cones and stuff. Like, it's all over this really nice fancy bed, but they have kind of made it kind of like a little woodland home. And you can see there's a very large common area. There's kind of a kitchen area, and this place is just massive. And it's just like, how the fuck did you, like, it's really, really, really nice. And there's kind of like a higher upper level that looks over a balcony, and then there's a spiral staircase that goes up to some other loft areas with some more beds.
Let me introduce you guys to my friends, and I start bringing them over, like some of the woodland creatures around. Like, okay, this one's Huey, this one's Dewey, this one's Louie. Over here we have Ren and Stimpy. Take away from them, he's kind of disgusting. And then we got Tom, we got Jerry.
Right.
And I can go on and on. There's got to be like a lot of friends.
And you
here.
see like a little squirrel-sized dance pole, and one of them's over like.
I taught her how to do that.
I'm gonna reach out and pull out the divinity symbol from my shirt and just sort of like, this is an unholy place.
I was debating whether or not I wanted another room when you had the suite, but now seeing this room, I'm glad I have another room.
I gotta be honest. As tempting as those other rooms are, I mean, Devish, if you're open for one more party animal in here.
Oh, for another halfling, of course. Feel free to stay.
I say, oh, thank you very much.
Don't take that bed over there. Baloo has it.
Who's Baloo? And I look over towards the bed.
There's a bear on it.
Oh, okay. Right. Don't take the bear's bed. Makes sense. I've heard a story about this once before. Didn't end well. So, right. Don't take the bear's bed.
Is the bear offended that I'm wearing the skin of a bear as a cape?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He's probably sleeping.
Right.
Yeah, he's chillaxing. It's like starting to get to like his hibernation season, so he's just chilling.
So you plan on letting him stay in here for the full season?
I'll have to wake him up at some point. Ivan's not going to let me stay here that long.
So you guys make your way over to kind of like the common seating area, and can all take seats and talk about whatever you want.
So you know Ivan. How long have you known Ivan?
Let's say about 3 years now, 3 or 4 years.
So you're quite friendly.
Oh, yes.
Does he owe you a favor?
No. We're mostly friends, although, he more than welcomes me into his home like anytime, and I can talk to him. But because I work with the Shroud so much, I don't see him that often. But yeah, we're close.
All right. Is he still awake at this hour?
Probably not.
I'm not so sure.
He's old AF. He goes to bed pretty early.
He hits the senior citizen discount at Red Lobster.
So if as busy as it's been, yeah, he's probably crashed, but we can probably get in to see him pretty early because I know he gets up early too.
All right. Well, that's something, I suppose.
Hopefully we can see him before the trial.
Hopefully.
Do we know when the trial starts?
At first light is when you've been able to gather. But you know Ivan pretty well. He's always up like way before that.
Oh yeah.
He wakes up in like 3 hours.
What's that?
He wakes up in like 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
It's like a hummingbird.
What time is it right now?
I would say if it's after sunset, maybe by this point it's like 9 p.m.
9. Okay.
Really? But I thought we were in the winter seasons. Are we in the southern hemisphere?
I don't know, guy. It's after dark. I don't know.
There are 3 moons, AJ.
I mean, technically, I mean,
the world is flat.
Okay. The world might not be tilted on its axis.
People cast fireballs. There's dragons and giants, and this guy is all like, "That's weird." It's fantasy, man. There's magic, science and magic. That's the answer.
I mean, you brought science into this. You started it.
Fucking dark out. Okay, cool, got it.
It seems like our best option would be to go get an early night and then wake up early and try and talk to him in the morning before the trial starts.
Right.
I agree.
But do you want to scout the building?
For what purpose exactly?
Assault.
Well, to find a way in. If we can't find our way in through the front door, we might need another route, and it might be useful to have it made ready.
I like that plan. I vote yes for that.
Say yes to the dress, Kyle.
I actually have some business I wanted to attend to in town tonight, so I could check it out.
Well, I'll be attending it as well. Would you all like to go on? No?
Might as well.
I'm not gonna lie here. I kind of felt like I was gonna go to the city hall there or the prison or something myself. So sounds like we're just taking a knee here for a moment and let these party animals get back to their business. And
do you mind if I just borrow your wash basin for a bit?
Can't you prestidigitate yourself?
Yes, but I like the feeling of water washing on my face. I feel a little dirty, and magic just is like a dry cleaning process. It doesn't feel refreshing.
What's dry cleaning?
It's what magic does. Get you.
It's science.
Oh,
the power of science.
By all means, use the wash basin. I can have the wench come up and clean it like once you're done. So
and it does dawn on you. It does dawn on you that they have a sponge bath service as well for the VIP.
Hold on, Devish, you have a wench?
I don't have a wench, but there is a wench specifically assigned to this room to service.
Stop right there. Okay.
I feel like every word you're using is degrading her even further.
Just gonna need you to put a pause on that for just a moment before you continue.
To
go on.
To assist with our needs. Wait, no.
Nope, that's fine. That works. That's what we need.
Oh,
that's about as politically correct as you're going to get it there. Perfect.
Do you want to come with us, or are you going to stay here?
I can come with.
So you guys we are planning on taking a long rest sometime tonight. So it's up to you guys whether you want to take it now or after. So the spell refreshing and all that stuff is not going to take place till after the rest. But I'll leave it up to you guys.
Where is Lilac at? Is she in the city hall or is she in a prison?
She is in a prison right now.
Where the fuck is that?
It's not too far from the city hall. Probably just a couple buildings down the road from it.
Right. That is where I'll be heading. Is anyone heading in that direction, or are you all heading out over to City Hall there?
I have a different destination to head to.
All right. All right.
We can split party.
I'll go with Finley.
If you care to, Ardra. I don't mind the company, but sure.
Ren, you're the one who probably needs the rest the most with the spells and magic and science.
It takes me all but 4 hours to rest.
Exactly. If we're not back by the time you're done with your rest, then you'll know we're either dead or captured.
I would like to at least see the city hall as well. I'm not letting you all go off on your own. You'll kill yourselves.
Probably.
Well, actually, Argra, I mean to try to go into the prison there. Are you sure? And I look at your covered appearance. Are you sure you want to try to go in there? Maybe perhaps going with Rin might be a better course of action. Not that I don't mind the company, but I'm trying to go into the building there.
I'll at least act as your lookout. I may be able to serve as a distraction for the guards when they're making rounds, if nothing else.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Urgra.
Yes, Davis.
Before you head off, let's go finish our business, okay?
Certainly.
An euphemism?
No, he's going to pay me.
Yes.
For services rendered.
Exactly. And with that, I'm going to pull Urgra aside really quick.
Which is interesting considering I'm 6 feet tall and he's all 3 feet tall.
Metaphorically.
Comes up to your waist.
Anyways, so I'll pull her aside and I'll get a little pouch. It's unfortunate that you couldn't get all 4 of them, but that's not against your services. Again, you've performed admirably well. So here's your payment, 200 gold.
Damn!
Puts it in her bag, in the backpack.
So, how have things been traveling with them?
Interesting. I'm surprised more of them aren't dead.
That's a fair assessment.
Honestly, me too, from the little I've known them as well.
But when they actually are managed to get one goal and not fight amongst each other, they seem to be relatively capable.
I agree. They have potential, I think. So what do you plan to do next?
No immediate plans at the moment. I'm a little disturbed by Kurtz.
Who isn't?
His habit of talking to things that I'm not entirely sure aren't there is concerning.
Well, no judgment there. I mean, I talk to animals. I know that's a little odd. But...
I can feel and touch your animals. I can't see, hear, or touch what he is talking to, but I am not convinced that they are not there.
That is a valid concern. I think he's had somewhat of a dark past.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, who knows what kind of demons are haunting that man.
You picking up on those very subtle breadcrumbs?
He seems to believe that every single person he has ever killed follows him. Are you familiar with death magic at all, Devis?
I try to steer away from it, but I am familiar with it.
Have you ever come across someone with Kurtz's situation before?
I can't say that I have.
Oh, that's what you were getting at with Helga. I was wondering. Okay, continue.
Breadcrumbs.
Yes. It all comes together. Okay.
Why do you ask?
He's obviously not... I saw him once lose his composure, and I'm not convinced that he is not a danger beyond just a mortal man would normally pose.
You think that his demons would take over and become a threat to you, or...
Possibly. I don't currently have a job lined up, and this can certainly sustain me for quite some time.
Well, I don't have any jobs for you at the moment, but you seem to understand what it is Kurtz is going through. It's possible he needs guidance. You know, it might, considering their recent loss of a friend, it might behoove you to travel with them.
I could do that for a while. If nothing else, then to make sure that burn down any more villages inadvertently.
You're not there, Curse. Shut up. You don't hear this?
I trust you, and yeah, it is a bit of a, well, hell, even I consider him an animal of sorts. But I trust you, and I've known you for a while, and you always get the job done. So I think if anybody can keep him on the straight and narrow, it's you. And I know also that Finley is a good friend of his. So if anybody else can help you, and can not help you, but make sure that that Kurtz doesn't do anything dangerous, it would be him as well.
I would certainly agree with that. It seems that the wizard has tried his hand at directing Kurtz, but it hasn't gone very well.
I think the wizard sees everyone around him as a tool.
Well, it's certainly not the first one who I've met with that worldview. What can you tell me about this Lilash? I haven't met her before.
Gnomish girl. We met her in a cave right after they had taken this job, and she was looking for the fleece as well. We discovered later on that she had her hand in some black market dealings with some dark magical items. So,
and she got arrested for it.
Yes. And
your sound dropped out.
Yeah, you're muted now.
What?
There
You're back. You're back. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, she was arrested. I don't know what's happened to her husband since then, but she's been here in Candoria proper since.
Finley told me that she was arrested by Tavoria's private guard.
That is correct, yes.
I am curious how a little gnomish girl, how her doings got to the ear of Tavoria herself.
I am curious as well. That's probably why they've been keeping this on the down low so much. They probably don't want that connection to get out.
What can you tell me about Ivan and Tavoria? What's their relationship? Do they have one?
I think there's a mutual respect between the two. But I can't say they're close or friendly.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
All right. Well, again, Devish, it's a pleasure to be working with you. And I think we better get back before one of them jumps out a window.
Leroy!
Or gets thrown out. But it's been a pleasure working with you two, Urgra, and while you're here in town, I'm more than willing to help you out with anything.
It's appreciated, Devish.
All right. Let's get back to them before they get crazy.
Okay. Now, was there anything while they were gone that you guys wanted to do or talk about?
Rin has gone and washed himself.
Okay.
He's just
Fresh,
I want
fully
Finley to clean me with prestidigitation and to make me look halfway presentable.
What did you just cup there, Finley?
That's on the highlight reel.
And you see like a quick montage, like it's gonna be a montage, and it's just like his hair's getting combed over and his face is getting...
It's the song Maniac.
I just imagine that means Finley's feet are doing this.
Or the shoes are like his shoes are off. The bunny slippers are just over there, magically just.
Wow.
Okay.
The only thing Finley would be working on after he's done playing Maniac for Kurtz, I am working on a document.
Okay.
Just writing a document out. Hopefully it works. I'll have to roll for it at some point. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Someone's got to roll for me. I am working on with my forgery kit, because I can forge stuff.
Okay.
Some sort of documentation to get me into the prison to see my clients. I am Lilash's
legal
counselor.
Representation.
Legal representation.
Okay.
And I'm going to use this as my reference. Way back in the day when we were out in the woods and we had a scroll from that Revenant box.
Okay.
There was writing on it. I'm going to try to duplicate some Revenant writing. That's about the best legal that I could probably get right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. And I'll give you advantage on that. That's pretty good. Someone want to roll for him?
What's he rolling though?
Forgery kit.
Forgery kit.
Yeah, but he's got it as strength.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got to. Yeah, I know you got to.
So would you want that to be charisma, wisdom, intelligence?
Yeah, whatever DM says.
Yeah.
What do you think, DM?
Sell me on it. What do you think?
Well,
I
all right. So by the regular, I think it's usually Dex.
Yeah.
You could use intelligence of like how like intelligently you're forging it. Charisma, just because like the performance of.
Yeah, no, I get the options. You sell me on the one you want to use.
Oh well, I mean, I would try for the charisma side of life just because it's more like the strokes of the quill on the parchment to make it look, like all those little extra nuances of like, how like the wide says like the curl, the eye, the swoosh.
I can imagine if Finley does maniac dances to dress up Kurtz, he probably does some interesting song montage for when he forges.
And that's what we'll insert right here. And we're back. Thanks for watching the montage. Not kidding. Yeah, yeah. I'll let you do charisma-based forgery and at advantage.
Woo!
And we don't.
Was that roll amazing?
It's pretty good.
Don't have the rolls up. Yeah, it's 25. All right. So you take your time, and you are really pleased with the results of this kit, going off of all the instances, and you think that it will definitely work. If it's the right person.
Right.
I mean, you even did like a little wax seal stamp and everything.
Yeah, I have all of that. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. I like it.
Right as I'm about to use my penis ring, I'm like, wait, no, that's not very official. I'll use like another ring.
Okay.
To stamp it, be like more official looking.
Okay.
Not the penis ring on this one. Nope.
That's the wrong ring. Yeah.
The wrong wax seal there. Almost fucked that up.
A life-size replica of yours. Yeah.
Draw on the scale.
Okay.
All right. That's all I'm doing.
All right, and we are at the part to take our first break.
Cool.
So it's a good spot. All right, so when we come back, we will pick this up, and we will see you guys in a few minutes.
Yay!
Yep.
music, and you hear Finley just strunk and like stops mid chord, and
I have more than 10 times your amount.
Shit. Yep. This is the epitome of handling an animal. You're free falling.
And she turns around and just like pulls the arrow and just like shoots it, and she goes to try to go right beneath one of the wings.
Okay.
One of the wings and try to glide it into the ground.
Yes.
Okay, so the manticore.
Hello there, everyone's favourite halfling bard, Finley Shenanigan here. Being the soulful adventurer that I am, and known for telling a tale or two, pull up a stool to grab a pint as I tell you a story about my favourite hero, me. In my years of travelling, I met people of all walks and cultures. Although the horsemen coming didn't affect me directly, I saw the toll they left behind. The destruction and devastation these villainous beings left in their wake sparked something within me. How was I, Finley Shenanigan, to become the greatest, most legendary bard that Candoria had ever seen, if no one was around to behold my glory? More importantly, where is Alundra? When will she be back? And what will she be wearing? Hopefully something revealing. Anywho, setting on my journey, I shared my glamour with those who had never witnessed such pure, unadulterated excellence before. My legacy was to replace their despair and unite the people for the war yet to come. In the end of the day, everyone can be a hero. Everyone has a little adventure inside of them. And if you don't, would you like one?
Salutations. I am Rin Anoran, historian of Candoria, renowned problem solver, an elf of esteemed conscience. When I became of age, I set out as a Rena and departed from my home of Othalos to the city of Egoras to study the arcane arts. With some difficulties, I was able to teach myself while working as a scribe in the library of Alashar. There, I produced a masterpiece of Candoria's history and its secrets. My manifesto, the true record of our world. However, even my aspirations dwindled when Alundra's guidance vanished, followed by the devastation from the horseman's wake. Despite all the wounds we have suffered, I shall never let our existence be forgotten, for I believe our best hope lies with our knowledge and story made eternal.
My name is Kurt Glaskin, and I have lost everything that I've loved in this world. My daughters, my wife, my friends, all of them dead to the horsemen. And now I have a chance to redeem myself, to protect my friends, to lead humanity into a new age of light and hope. Alundra abandoned us, the goddesses abandoned us, and left us with these monsters. And I want to take everything from them that they've taken from us. I live in a world of blood and hatred and violence, and so I will become that violence. I will be that hatred, and I will be exactly what we need. A sword against the darkness.
My name is Urgra Dropper, and I am a dependable ambassador. I was the only half-breed in my mother's tribe of orcs where the threat of being eaten constantly hung over my head. And yet, those were some of the happiest times of my life compared to my time with the Revenant. I was 12 when I first picked up a bow and started hunting, and I quickly found that people make the most interesting prey and often deserve an arrow in the head far more than most monsters. Magic and even the Three Sisters were always something weird and sinister to me. That is, until by chance I crossed paths with the High Priestess Alundra, who showed me that magic, like everything else, can be used for good or for evil. And that's what I'll keep on repeating to myself every time one of those stuck-up magical morons say something that makes me want to cut out their tongues.
The following program features adults using adult language. You have been warned.
sleep.
Yeah, that's right. We'll just leave the camera up. There'll be empty space.
All right, and we are back. Thanks for sticking around, guys. All right, so where we leave off. So Urgra and Devis had their one-on-one. Finley Shenanigans just forged a document, and you guys are...
And he gussied up Kurtz.
Yes, he did. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Yes. Devis, do you have your payment for us?
Yes.
Devis?
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
Yes, I do.
A little distracted here. But yes, here you go. Here you go, 50 gold each.
Woo!
I'm sorry, what?
50 gold each.
For the fleece?
Yes, this is for the fleece, Finley.
Yeah, in all fairness, guys, we were supposed to get it from a cave and then come right back.
Yeah, true.
The leaders of the Shroud hired for us to get it, so, I mean, this seems very minimal.
It was a day's travel.
It's not even 100 gold total. Oh, no, wait, it is. It's 200.
200.
Total, isn't it? Yeah, it's 200 gold.
Wait, who gets,
but
who
it's
gets
divided.
Strong,
yeah.
Well,
who gets Strongbraid's share?
Yeah. Okay. Here's another 50 gold. This was Strongbraid's share, so you can divide it amongst you three.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yes.
Fuck you. I'll take it. Here, Finley, you and me can split it.
I would love to see your math. Could you divide 50 by 3 for me, please, Kurtz?
Yeah, hold on.
48.
Like 16 apiece?
Well, you can break it down to silver and copper
and
too.
Yep, I'd love silver and coppers. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna take.
Yeah, no. So what I do is, I get 24 and 24. Give 24 gold to Finley, 24 gold to myself, and give him 2 gold. Seems about fair.
Right. That seems accurate with the numbers there. Kurt's always on the Johnny on the spot with the numbers. I like it.
Oh my god.
Rin just remembers this and puts it away for the moment.
24 gold pieces into my inventory there. Here we are. All right. That's great.
I'm not going to micromanage it. It's up to you guys. It's all on you guys. Okay.
Well, if that's that, I have business to attend to.
Okay. Kurtz, were you wanting to split party and do something?
Yes.
Okay, let's take care of that first. It'll probably be quicker than what they're wanting to do.
Ooh, bold move, Cotton.
I
would like...
Dylan's green screen is broke.
Oh,
Urgra's coming.
No,
Urgra, you're coming with me, right?
Whenever I bump into it.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
We're heading to the town hall first, or where?
We're gonna split party real quick because Kurtz wants to go do something, so we're gonna knock that out first. So what is it you're wanting to do?
We're all splitting ways.
Yeah, but I'm saying we're gonna do his arc first.
Yeah, that's fine. As we're leaving, I'm like, Kurtz, remember, we're in civilization now. Just try. Oh, fuck me.
It's fine,
try
Finley.
not to kill anyone. All right, just
gonna have a chat with a woman.
All right, but I mean, like on the way there and back. Just
no promises.
Okay, that's fine. You don't need to promise, but just give it the old try. All right, just
the old college try.
We don't know how long we're going to stay in this town for. It's kind of an important place, so just.
Worst case scenario, I can be your inside man on the prison.
I'm not afraid to go back to prison.
That's forward thinking right there.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
All right, sir. What do you want to do?
Right. That's a good plan. All right. Off with you, and I'll slap him on the ass.
Good game.
I would like to find where Tavaria stays.
Okay. Your general knowledge that you don't have, but you're going to get now. I won't make you history check it. So
I was good friends with Alundra, so I would have talked to her where she stayed in the city.
Okay. So how the temple kind of works is there was the actual Temple of the Divine, which is not located in the capital. That's some ways, and that one's broken down. And once Alundra disappeared, the priestesses kind of scattered a little bit. Some stayed with the organization, and some didn't. So you know that bit. There's far less priestesses than there used to be. There is a makeshift temple that was constructed early on in the capital, and it was eventually kind of brought up to be actually some kind of temple. So Tavara is the head priestess of that temple now. There is some controversy because of her legitimacy, because she doesn't have white eyes, and because the temple she oversees is not the original one, but because the absence of the goddesses and kind of the religious falling out that happened because of that, a lot of those details have been overlooked. Just the world changes, rules change, stuff like that. So she operates inside of this temple. It is closed off to anyone who's not part of the organization, but she also does operate out of the city hall. She has a portion in there that she does go to. Yourself, I don't know if you've ever been inside the city hall to her area. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, Alundra, his wife was closer to her than he was,
right.
But I'm pretty sure in our backstory talks we'd heard them discussing Tavaria. So, yeah, I'm going out on a limb here. So I'll just go to the temple first.
Okay. So, as you're making your way through town, as it's getting later, there are less and less vendors, less and less people setting stuff up, but there are still, all throughout the night, people still setting stuff up. And the side alleys have kind of died out for people traffic. People are starting to go home and stuff like that. The actual festival hasn't began yet. It's all still in the setup phase. And you eventually come up to to the temple. And you can see it from a distance, and you see that there are 2 temple guards outside of one of the side doors.
What about the main doors?
The main doors are around the other side, and there is a small squad of...
We're not going to deal with that. We're going to go to the 2.
Okay.
I'll just approach them and just sort of walk up, very determined. I'm here to speak with Tavara. It's about Alundra.
And one of the guards, he's like, a position of attention or whatever. He's got his pike, and he'll kind of move it out, and the end is still kind of weighted under the tip of his foot, and he'll yell, "Halt!"
I halt.
State your business again.
Okay. My name is Kurtz Glaskin. I'm here to speak with Tavaria. It's news regarding Alundra.
And you'll kind of, he's got armor on, but you can kind of, by the body language jerk of it, he's, these guys have been trained to maintain their composure, but as soon as you mention the word Alundra, you can kind of see it catches him off guard, but he doesn't respond.
So, are we going to stand here all night, or are you going to tell me to fuck off, or go get someone I can talk to?
Do you have the proper authorization paperwork?
I'll just start yelling at him in Celestial about needing to see Tavaria, and it's about Alundra, and I'll name drop the 3 goddesses and tell about the horsemen, just all in Celestial. Just from a distance so he can't stab me in the face.
Okay. He hears but doesn't seem to understand any of the stuff you're saying, but you can see he's still maintaining his composure. He hasn't moved.
Listen, I'm probably the last person Alundra talked to. So you can go and get Tavaria, or I can find her another time and tell her this information in public. Or maybe I'll just go to the public right now with it. It's sort of up to you.
Our orders are to let no unauthorized personnel within the temple.
Fantastic.
If you do not have the proper paperwork, you must leave.
I don't want to get in the temple. I want to talk to someone who can talk to Alundra. Can you send a message? Can you write? Can you read?
No response. No response. But you'll see he'll bring his pike back up to the original position.
You've reached some Buckingham Palace guards.
Fantastic. I'll just take out a scrap of paper and write down my name. I know something you don't know about Alundra. And then where I'm staying, and sort of just flick it at him.
Okay.
Run along, little dog. Go to your whore, and I'll just walk to the town hall.
Okay. So you do not see him bend over the paper while he's in eye shot. So the paper was just, hit him and fell down. But who knows? You might pick it up later, But yeah. So you start to make your way over towards the town hall. And it's more back towards the central of the capital. It's a pretty large building, and give me one quick second here.
Uh-huh.
All right, so it's a very it's a long building, and it's got kind of two wings that come out of the central area. So there's the main doors. The back end of it is a really big room you guys haven't been in, but you can see from the exterior that it's rounded, and it's got kind of two divisions of the building, and then it goes off into two wings that go back. And at the main entryway, there is a really large double door, and this is a really nice, well kept up building.
Do I see the others?
The party?
Yeah.
Is that where you guys were headed?
I was going to the town hall, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can group the party back up then.
I guess, yeah, while Kurtz was off doing his thing, I would have started to have scouted the town hall to see the entryways to get in.
Okay, let me see if this was dynamically lit. It was. Okay. Thanks, Spaz. Okay.
What did Spaz do?
Map.
He did some work. All right, I'm gonna drop you guys on.
That means there are traps.
Valid.
And I somewhat prepared this. Can you guys only see the exterior?
Nope.
No.
We can see everything.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Give me a quick second. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're good, man.
It's all good for us.
Yeah.
I meant to stream. Is this changing it for you guys?
We can pretend. No.
Yeah, no, we can see it, but it's okay. I mean, it's fine.
We'll pretend. That's
Oh,
what this game's about.
Dynamic lighting wasn't turned on for the page. Thanks, Spaz.
Jesus.
So
all the previous compliments.
God damn it, Spaz.
That one tiny last
bam.
click.
All right.
There it goes. Yes.
Okay, there we go. So I think.
Yeah, Burger and I were heading towards the prison, whichever direction that is.
And I think. So we're using a different overlay because we have 7 people in here, but I think I have it to where I can pop the map up over my face. There we go. Alright, so you can see what you can see.
Is there any other door besides the big door?
No, not on the exterior.
Okay, is there anything around the building that has another door anywhere on the side wings, or is the whole thing basically one way in, one way out?
Yeah, it's a one-way thing. There are windows and stuff, but they're all fortified and barred.
What a terrible fire hazard this is.
You're a guy.
It's yeah, the security is before everything else. But there is windows though.
Okay, from the windows, do I see them going into the main hall, or do they look like they go into other rooms?
So there is a bunch of office rooms that these windows. So this building the wall that you guys can see curves out, and there's all these other buildings, and the windows look into these buildings, but none of them look of importance. Like you're not able to gather any intel from that bit, but you do know from. You guys may or may not have come here, but if you have, there when you go in, this front entrance during business hours is like anybody can go into it. There's like a welcome center, and there's a receptionist at the desk and stuff like that, where people can come here and report any problems or complaints or questions or paying bills and stuff like that.
Okay, can I see that through the window?
The main area, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to look around to make sure no one's looking at me. No one else is nearby or watching.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna move your token inside, so this will simulate you looking through the window.
Okay. Because yeah, I am going to Misty Step inside.
Oh, okay.
Because I am going to be using my Fey teleportation.
And you have to be able to see where you're going with that, right?
I do. I have to see where I'm going.
Misty Step spell.
I can show you the Misty Step spell. But it's not me casting Misty Step, it's me using that. So I'm not using my spell slot, in other words. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay. So you're briefly surrounded by a silvery mist. You teleport within 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. All right. You are in.
Right. So, and at the moment, it's empty, right?
No, there are 2 guards right to your right.
I've seen the 2 guards.
What's that?
Would I have seen the 2 guards when I peered in?
The window you were looking in, there was a bush. So like where you're standing, there was a bush that obstructed your view. So
does he see me though?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
Wow, yeah, this could get sketched really fast. So in front of you, you can see on either side of this hallway there are 2 statues, and you can see the curved desk. There is no NPC that's sitting there. That was for later. I didn't think you were gonna come in right now. So yeah, and then you can see the 2 statues here have swords that are kind of like leaning into the hallway, and then in the back you can see 2 more large metal statues that have crossbows, and in the distance you can see there are more guards, temple guards that are in City Hall. Well, it's closed.
Okay. All right. Do I see the guard on the other side of the bush?
Yeah, you can see them, but they haven't noticed you yet. Because you just came in, you haven't done anything.
Alright, I'm just going to crouch very low. And hopefully they don't ever see me.
Okay.
And as I'm crouching, I'm going to throw up a minor illusion on top of myself to make the space I'm in look like an empty space.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just going to try and just stay still, but make myself look like I'm not there.
Okay.
Yeah, as I'm doing that, I'm just kind of looking around, trying to see, do I see any distinguishing courtrooms or any place where I would see they would hold the trial?
You can't be too sure. Your best guess is the, I'm always going to use north as like up on the map. Top. Yeah. So on the north side, in between those 2 guards standing, there's a very large set of doors. You would assume it's beyond that direction, but you can't know for sure.
Okay. But yeah, if I just see it that way. How far is this?
70
feet. Alright.
And there are no windows that look on beyond that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but just
no interior windows.
Yeah, you're a smart dude, so you're just logic reasoning. If there's 2 wings that go out and then there's a center place, that's probably where it is. So that's why you got to the conclusion it's probably forward.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
The guards aren't saying anything. They're just standing at attention.
Yep.
Do they look well rested from what I can see?
Yep.
Okay, they're good to go then.
And so you can see 2, 4, 6, but judging by everything symmetrical, there probably is another 2 on the other side.
Well, it's a shame I didn't see them while peeking in through the window. So, yeah, I'll have to sadly Misty Step out with my final spell slot.
Okay.
So I'll outside again.
All right, you are out.
And I'll just sit and wait for Kurtz.
Okay. So you see Kurtz strolling up, and the party regroups. Devis, you stayed back in your suite, right? I didn't hear you.
I think you did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
North south.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And Finley and Urgra were going to the prison.
That's us.
Oh wait. Oh, so it's
Yeah.
just you and Kurtz. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Just you two then. Okay.
Well, they certainly keep this place secure at night.
Yeah. So Kurtz, you walk up, and you are now next to Rin.
Try the door.
It's locked.
There are guards on the other side.
As you bang on it, you can hear a guard's voice from behind the door say, "Business is closed. No authorized entry. Come back in the morning."
When's the trial?
First light.
All right.
I'll kind of get Kurtz away from the door so they don't overhear me from the other side. I saw at least 6 guards posted on either side of the doors in there.
They like normal guards, or like the ones that turn me into their bitch. This is for the DM. Outside of Lilash's house.
Yeah, Ren, you recognize them as the ones who captured.
They are the elite
yes.
ones. Yes.
Shit.
Yes, and
Good.
I was hoping that no one would be inside during these hours when they close for business. I'm surprised that they have someone posted inside and not outside. But, I mean, I'm not going to question the logic of law, I suppose. But
You should always question logical law. 6 inside, probably more.
That's the lawful versus chaotic alignment.
No. Probably going to be more tomorrow, which means we aren't killing our way out of this.
Probably not, and there's no other doors I can see besides this to get in.
Do we climb up the roof?
I didn't want to try.
Why not?
It's climbing. I'm shit at climbing.
Have a grappling
I
hook?
got my Sunday best on, man.
I conjure a grappling hook in my hand.
Kind of look left and right and go around the corner away from the door and toss a grappling hook up.
Okay.
Well, you need a rope for this. I don't have rope. Just a grappling hook.
I have rope.
All right, well then here you go. You may tie it off.
Okay, so you tie the grappling hook off to the rope. There is a kind of a half of a second story. It looks more of like
offices.
Like attic-y kind of spaces. Maybe storage, but you can't tell from there. But it's not like a legitimate second story.
I want to pick up a few rocks from the ground and just throw them at one of the higher windows to see if there's any reaction or lights coming on inside.
Oh, yeah. There's no reaction.
All right, so I'll toss the grappling hook up and climb towards that window.
Do you want to toss it? I could just fix it there.
All right, fuck it.
Okay.
I conjure a mage hand, and the mage hand picks up the grappling and just
latches it in place. Okay.
Latches it in.
All right, done.
Climbing.
15th lex. Yep, no problem.
All right, I look inside.
Watch out down here.
Thanks, because I don't want to go to jail. I look inside. What do I see?
So this is kind of like a half window. It's not like a full, like a door height. It's just one of those half ones, and it just peers into a dark room with boxes and random bookshelves and everything. It doesn't look like a room of importance.
How secure do these bars seem?
What are you wanting to do?
Like, are they screwed in? Are they bolted in? Are they like part of the wall? Like,
yeah, they were like an addition later, so it was fastened onto the out. Yeah, like bolted in.
Given my tinkering skill,
would
they be easily removed? Given the right tool,
you can sure try. Sorry, we don't have rolls popping up. We'll just remount. All right, 22 for Tinker's rolls. Tinker's tools. So you're trying to pry these out, or what? What do you?
I just want to know if they could be easily and quickly removed with the right tool.
You think that you could break it free, but it's not going to be a quiet endeavor. It's not like undoing it, you know. It's going to be like breaking part of the, you know, the siding and, you know, all this stuff from the building off as well.
Okay. All right. I'll climb down.
Okay.
I'm just turning to Rin. Well, we can easily get inside, but it's not going to be quiet.
Well, I don't think we need to get inside right now. I was hoping to at least make sure we had a guaranteed entryway, but sadly there's no easy way for me to sneak about at this time.
Well, worst comes to worst, if something goes down inside, we can break out pretty easily.
Well, if worst comes to worst, I always have my universal knocker.
True, but we might need your magic to shoot fire at the guards that would be chasing us.
Fire and brimstone!
I would prefer we didn't do that, but, you know, if worst comes to worst. But I have more than just one trick up my sleeve.
It's like this. Me master, you blaster. All right?
We need a t-shirt.
I'll let you keep thinking that as I conjure up a coin in my hands, the grapple disappears, so then the rope just goes...
Okay.
I'm gonna get my rope and oh, shit.
I suppose back to the inn we go.
Oh, we could go check on Finley and Ergra. See
Where
if they
did
have
they
got
go?
prison, I think. Maybe they got arrested, who knows?
Well, I suppose we can make sure that they're not arrested if they got there.
Yeah. Alright. Might as well.
Okay. So you guys will travel over to the prison, and before you guys get there, though, Ergra and Finley arrive there first. So this is a one-story, kind of smaller prison, and you can see torches are burning in the main entryway, but all the other cells and rooms and all this, like there's no other lights coming from any of the other ones.
Right. On our walk up, I say to Ergra, Ergra, I'm going to try to make my way inside to talk to my friend Lilash. I don't think you've actually had the pleasure of meeting her before, have you?
I have not.
All right. Well, hopefully tomorrow, if we go to this trial, it's under the best of circumstances, we can get her out of here. But in the meantime, I'm going to go just make sure she's all right. Would you? I've seen you play with the. Don't you have like those little lucky picky things? You thing with the. I'll make my little fingers go like. Don't you have like lucky pickety things that you have on you?
You mean lockpicks?
Yeah, that's it. The lucky pickety things. Yeah, right. Do you mind if I borrow them for a moment?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Sure. I have advantage when I roll persuasion against women.
You're at disadvantage. Oh yeah, he's a female.
How dare you, Sean?
I'm sorry. I just assumed your gender. It's a spectrum, I know.
Somebody has to do it for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. I got you, Finley. I got you.
Advantage still.
Persuasion.
25. All right. Erga's going to give you a very narrow-eyed look, but eventually she'll go in her backpack and hand you a small pouch that you hear the rattle of metal.
Oh, right. Oh, these are quite nice. Listen, if anything happens to them, I'd be more than happy to procure you a new set, perhaps even something a little nicer than this. But I've always been intrigued by these things, and I've figured, they might have me wait a little bit, and I figured while I was quiet in my time, maybe just like kind of look them over once or twice. But I'll give them right back to you. No worries.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
I noticed you messing around with some paper earlier, and it didn't look like you were drawing dicks. What was it?
Oh no, that was the other. And I pull out this other paper that has a bunch of dicks. No, that was before. I was I was just getting my wrist, like some wrist exercises for rolling. No, I was just making a little bit of documentation here to try to get in to see my friend. That's all. Just identification and. legal mumbo jumbo. I don't know if you're really into the legal politics of it's a bunch of horribly gobbly, really.
All right. Well, Finley, the way I see this can go two ways. One, I can act as your lookout, or two, if you're trying to act as sort of a figurehead, I could be your bodyguard.
Oh, there you go.
Which one do you want me to be?
Come to think of it, I never really thought of it. I mean, again, I appreciate you coming with, but I kind of look you once over, and you're still like all wrapped up and everything, and like you got blue eyes, right?
It's very striking blue eyes.
Yeah, right. I mean, come to think of it, you don't take offense, but you are kind of fucking scary right now. So yeah, no, if you want to come with, no, I'd be delighted, and yeah, no, that actually makes a lot more sense than you just waiting out here, twiddling your thumbs, just waiting to get looked at. But yeah, come on, that's fine.
The front door does not appear to be locked.
Okay.
Just follow my lead when we get up there, all right?
She'll give a silent nod.
Okay.
And by the way,
perfect.
Just go ahead and call me Eli while we're doing this.
Eli. Right. I'll try to remember that. Eli. All right. Here we go. And all right. So we're gonna walk up, and you said there's no one at the front door, like the front gate.
Yeah. No, it appears to be unlocked, but there are torches burning on the inside.
Okay. If it's unlocked, can we go the fuck in?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. You open the door, and you.
Oh wait! On our walk over, before we get to the prison, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to look like. Okay, so I'm gonna stay small. I'm gonna stay small, halfling size-ish, right?
Okay.
But I would like to look like Danny DeVito from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So it's like bald head,
yeah,
scraggly hair, not very well kept.
Okay.
Like glasses kind of falling off to the side.
Okay. And
Just
you're
real, like kind of tattered clothes, but like nice clothes, like kind of like a button, like a tie, but like not really nice.
You said you're wanting to be a small body for height. Were you wanting to be halfling or like gnomish?
No, still my same size.
Okay.
Halfling.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. That's what I want to look like.
Okay. So we got Danny DeVito and Assassin Bodyguard. Okay.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So now we'll walk in. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Yeah. So you walk in and
I have it all written down, like what I'm doing. I just like totally forgot to look at it. Yes, that's first. Step one.
So when you enter the prison, it's kind of this small entryway, and there is two very heavy-duty metallic reinforced doors on either side. But on the end, there is kind of this half counter with very heavily reinforced bars, and you can see that there is a guard behind there, and you would assume he's like the person you would talk to when you walk in.
All right. So I'm gonna go. Hey, you over there! Come now, please.
He says,
"Get to the chopper."
Yeah, right.
You have to go now.
I'm here to see my clients. I need to speak to her immediately before the trial tomorrow. I hold up my documentation.
So he'll say, like, you want him to come out from behind there? Is that what you're asking?
However this procedure works, where I show documentation to get into the prison.
Yeah, he's not going to come out from behind there. He stays back there for security reasons.
Urbra will take the documentation and slide it underneath the bars.
There you go. Okay. All right. Natural one. All right, so he is going to do, he's going to look at it and flip through some files, and he's going to look at you, and he'll say, "Are you her representation?"
Right there, yeah. If you look there on my documentation, there I am the official legal counsel for one Lilash, and I need to speak to her immediately about preparations and.
Okay.
And all these other things, so you need to move it. You need to move it now. I need to get in there.
So you'll see him dig through some files, and he'll look at it, kind of scan over it, and he'll say, she has not been taken here. She is actually being held somewhere else because she's a high risk individual with her case. And he'll slide your document. He'll stamp it first, and then he'll slide it back under the bars.
And where exactly is she being held? I need to speak to her immediately.
He'll kind of flip through the files again. Give me a persuasion check or intimidation, however you want to. Like, give me some kind of roll. What do you want to do?
I get to add a D6 to any persuasion rolls against NPCs.
Okay, and it's against a male, so that's 20 or 18. Whoa. What was the first roll?
18 and add D6, which
we'll
is 2.
We'll go with the first roll. Yeah, so it's 20.
No, that was
that's the additional D6.
So
Finley said he had an additional D6 when persuading NPCs.
The 23 and 25 is to convince Urgra for the lock.
Oh, that was for earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's at disadvantage. So roll one more time, and then we'll add the 2. 8. All right, so you got a 10. He'll quickly close the file and put it away, and he'll say the documentation doesn't say where, but she is not being held here in this prison.
And what is your name here? And I'm gonna start pulling out my. I need I need your name. I need your badge number. I need your identification for non-compliance with legal counsel. So please.
So he'll kind of sit up and kind of get a professional pose, and he'll say it's Artemis.
Artemis. And your badge number there? I can't really see it.
I don't know. 4359. I don't know.
4359.
I didn't have that prepared.
4359. Okay, very good. Artemis, you'll be hearing from your superior officer probably by the next couple hours, and then I hope you have some sort of backup profession ready for your family, because this is not very good. Not telling me where my client is. And I look up at I like, Eli, don't get crazy, okay?
Just completely immobile. Or no, she'll do a slow.
Right, I wish I could see what you were doing.
Super slow take down towards Finley, and then slowly back up.
You got to buy your laptop.
I know, I do. Fucking fuck. All right.
All right, guys, backup plan. We kill everyone.
Let's come to that.
This is the capital, remember.
It's fine.
Do what you want. I'm just...
No. That's not the backup plan.
You know, Audie. Audie. Can I call you Audie? Do your friends call you that? I want to be a friend, Audie. And I kind of real quick. Do we see anybody else here?
No.
Fantastic. I'm gonna slide 4 gold pieces into that little slot where my document was before.
Oh.
I'll be like, just between you and me, I'll slide it under. It's not gonna hurt to tell you just maybe a name. Just that.
And you'll see him very quickly, as if he wasn't actually doing anything. He's going to palm the gold pieces, and they will no longer be on the counter. He'll look at you with a stern face, and he'll say, bribing a court guard is imprisonable.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
But she may be being held in City Hall.
Okay, not in City Hall. Got it. See, that was fine. That's all you had to say. She's not there. Perfect.
Yes,
I'm sure your family will appreciate the fact
not
that you
there.
still have a job. Yep, she's not there. Got it. I'm sure your family will appreciate you still have a job in the morning. Okay, Eli, no, don't kill him. It's fine. It's fine. Has Eli moved at all? Just
nope, that is a deadpan Eli.
Connor hasn't even moved. He is like dead set in his role.
All right. We'll start walking our way from the prison to City Hall, and hopefully we'll meet up with our friends there.
Okay. As you exit through the front door, you do see your two companions are approaching at the same time.
Oh, cool.
I'm
like, hey guys. I mean, how convenient.
Good morning.
Ergra, there's a small goblin with you. Are you aware? You want me to kill it?
Right, it's me, and I'll drop this guy's cell.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Interesting choice.
Royce, well, I was trying to get in to see Loylash, but apparently she's not in the fucking prison. She's over, and I'll point to City Hall. She's up in this fucking place.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
How did you all end up on your excursions?
Well, it's more guarded than it appears to be.
How do you know that?
Well, there's at least 6. I went inside. There were 6 elite guards posted at the doors. 2 per door.
The fucking elites? Those big fucking...
Those exact ones.
All right. You got inside. How'd you get the fuck out?
The same way I got in.
Well, you were only gone for 5 minutes. You couldn't have dug. That was really quick digging there, in, but...
I ported in.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. Well, that makes
it's science.
I'll just like scrubbing the chin, like Royce.
Yeah.
I can step between the realms of reality and the realm of the. I don't think it's a good idea to describe it to you, Finley. Just for sakes and purposes, I can phase between planes.
Oh no! I mean that's pretty fucking cool. All right. I mean I believe you. It's science. It makes sense. All right. So are we all trying to go into City Hall then? Is that why you all are standing here?
I tried.
No, it's best to probably not enter that place. Why do you want to enter it?
Just I'm sure Lilash, she's in there. She's probably lonely and probably scared and.
Lilash is inside?
That's what the birdie not told me, right? Yep.
Well, then that would make sense why there's so much guard activity inside.
But didn't you say she was just some little gnome girl? Why does that require so many guards?
And the little one looks up at the big one and says, "Hey, right, hey, it's all about the funness packed into the little package, all right? It's not about the size; it's how you use it."
Well, it might have to do that. She's part of a cult that sells dark magical items.
Or
they don't sell it; they acquire.
All right, boys, listen. Is there anything else we're going to do tonight? Because I think at this point our best option is to talk to Ivan before all this starts happening. If we want to get a long rest before that, we need to get back now.
I agree.
Okay.
I disagree. I'm just kidding. I agree.
Conscientious objector. Yeah. The words. They're killing me.
And as we walk away, I just kind of do like one of those little turns, like to the City Hall. Just kind of look at it, like, and then just walk. Well, I'll be the last one to turn away and leave. Just be like, I know you're in there.
Oh.
Is it like the piano from Rambo?
Kinda.
Right.
I know you're in there.
All right. So, you guys are making your way back to Red Dragon Inn.
Yeah.
Okay. Party Animal Central. Yep.
So,
as we do get in there, I will make a tiny detour to the barkeep or the wench or the one who was helping me out. I would say, oh, of course. By the way, the rooms that we mentioned, please make sure to charge them to your VIP suite resident, Devis. Yeah.
And he'll kind of give you the thumbs up as he's finishing cleaning up everything. we will take our next break, and we will pick it up right after that. So
Sweet.
we'll be back in a few minutes.
Woo.